So I think it's probably a good time to talk about the elephant in the room, right? The big orange and blue elephant. What do you think? You know what I'm talking about?
The elephant that took a shit this year?
That's the elephant. Yeah, and the one that choked on peanuts the year before that. Yeah.
Yep.
So anyway,
Yep.
2024 season of the New York Mets. I mean, which I mean, I know both of us being lifelong fans. I know hold on, I know what we've experienced. What's your thoughts going into this yet another season?
Why don't we go over what happened this year real quick? Little gloss over.
I'm gonna need more to drink if that's the case.
Well, whatever. I'm sure we have more.
All right, go ahead.
Well, let's start with the WBC. Edwin Diaz. Yeah. Mi gente. Ganamos, mira puñeta.
Yeah, but they said that was gonna happen regardless. So
You think?
it was probably better it happened then, besides earlier or into the season, because then it would have really screwed us. They would have just put salt in the wound.
I think his brother kicked him.
I didn't see that part.
I think his brother said, and just kicked the shit out of him.
I mean, listen, that's the past. They were looking to bring him back this year, so the Mets could have finished 6 games under 500 instead of what?
36.
36 games. Yeah. So, I mean, listen, we know with this franchise, it's disappointment after disappointment after disappointment. 1986 feels like it was eons ago. I mean, aside from
I was 22 years old.
See, look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. 7. I was 7.
You didn't have to say that.
It doesn't really matter. I said it. 7. But moving on, bro, it was just. I mean,
Look,
did they sign a pact with the devil that day
what day?
in '86?
I mean, the team was snorting the devil. What are you talking about?
That's true. That's true. That's true. Doc Gooden didn't even make it to the parade.
But I know.
He was paranoid in Queens. Yeah. High off his mind.
It's funny because I have a friend, my boy Jay, and he met Doc.
I met Doc too.
And Doc told him the whole story.
Did he?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, I met Doc also. First thing I said to him was, "My man, I forgive you." And he looked at me like, "What are you talking about?"
Well, at that time, it was Dwight Gooden. I mean, he was still Dr. K.
Well,
he was 20, 21, 22 years old. And you said you forgive him. I'm sure he held on to that real tight.
No. I'm talking about it was a few years ago, a couple of years ago, not too long. And he's like, well, what are you talking about? And I was like, forgive me for the home run to Socha, you know? And he's like, you motherfucker. It's exactly what he said. You motherfucker. You had to bring that up.
So just to get to where we were then to where we are now. So 86.
Right.
All right. Rise to greatness, whatever. Best team ever assembled. Okay. 88.
88 was...
That's when it started. That's when the heartbreak really started.
Yeah.
Because after 88, it was just nothing but
and then
just...
Gary Carter and
shit after that.
Keith Hernandez got old. Yeah.
You know, and then we had the likes of people that you'll never remember now.
Jeff Torborg.
Jeff Torborg.
The
guy looked like an 80s dad from the sitcom. Like a pedophile. He had Vince Coleman. He was lighting bombs in the parking lot trying to kill people.
Brett Saberhagen shooting bleach at people.
David Cohn.
Yeah.
Enough said. So it did throw a perfect game for the Yankees, which just hurt us. So
Fuck the Yankees. Yeah, let me start by saying that. Fuck the Yankees. Whatever. Yeah. I don't give a shit.
I think Yankee ship is
say whatever they want.
They're gonna start rebuilding like a brand new Costco. So it's all good, but
fuck that.
I mean, but anyway, we could talk about it for hours and hours. I mean, just to kind of fast forward, 2015, I really thought it was going to happen. They had the squad. They had a balance of young guys mixed with veterans. They had the coach. I mean, and then once again, it just shit the bed.
But I want to say something about that too, because 2015 they make it, right?
Yep.
And whatever, they lose. I thought they were better than the Royals, but whatever, they lost. There's always that thought that next year is going to be your year because you're going to take that next step. These dum-dums took a step back. They barely made the playoffs in 2016.
Yeah, the New York Mets, they trip up the stairs.
Yeah, they sure did. And they ran into that fucking buzzsaw, Bumgardner, who, by the way, sucks now, but okay.
He's trash.
Yeah.
He's trash.
And then from then on, it was just like middling shit. And then you get last year, and 101 games, and yet they fucking choked. And look, did I want Showalter to go? Probably during the season I must have yelled at him, but I didn't really want him to go. But a lot of that was on him, and a lot of his moves this year were strange. Like, and I know he had a shit bullpen, but I don't know. They got a lot of retooling.
Buck lost the locker room. I'm telling you right now, they're not going to come out and say it.
They're not going to come out. I totally agree with you on that.
He lost the locker room,
Yep.
and they're not going to tell you that because it was Buck Showalter,
Yep.
storied manager, the second and the third. But bro, he lost the locker room.
Yep.
I mean, look at everything look at the moves he made. Look at the moves he made. There was constant questions about it. They always diverted. They never stuck with it. Maverick never engaged, and that was it. And then I think he lost the locker room. And that's why he left, and that's why it's another reason why they said, it was an amicable split. It was mutual on both sides. I'm not buying that at all.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure David Stern, Howard Stern, whatever his name is, came in and is like, yeah.
I think it was Howard Stern.
Yeah. Hey, Robin, should we fire Buck?
You still have Buck Showalter as the manager of the Mets. Robin, what do you think?
I don't know, Howard. I don't know. I don't know the guy. Have you ever seen him naked? I don't know.
Oh, that's too funny.
Yeah. So it was a stuttering Buck. It was good. Yeah, it was great. So.
Big fucking Philip Seymour Hoffman looking motherfucker.
But then listen, so to add insult to injury, so Jacob deGrom goes and pitches 25 minutes for the Texas Rangers.
Yeah.
Scherzer gets traded to the Rangers,
Yeah.
and he's there for a cup of coffee, and now they both have rings. Like if you can't drive
They
the
should
stake,
give him
bro.
Cracker Jack rings. They didn't do shit.
Yeah, but guess what though? They got rings. They never got shit with them.
care.
Jacob deGrom is a World Series champion.
I'll tell you who's a fucking stud is that fucking Corey Seager, man.
Yeah, I like Seager.
That dude's swing is.
I like Seager.
But
But you know what? Anyway, I mean, go ahead.
they got a lot of retooling to do.
I don't think it's a lot of retooling. Well, actually, you know what? I take that back. It's going to be retooling. It's not going to be a rebuild. You have your core. I think that Cohen is. I mean, he's an idiot if he doesn't throw the money at Alonso. You need him. You have McNeil is still going to be there. Your cornerstone players are still going to be there. Francisco Lindor is still going to be there. Yeah, I mean, so you still have your core. So you're not going to rebuild. The only problem that you're going to have now is that you have 2 starting pitchers. So, I mean, what are you going to do with that? You have Senga and you have Quintana, and that's it.
Now everybody, not me, I'm in this private conversation. I'm hearing that they're going after Yamamoto. Everybody knows that.
Source states.
Sources say.
John Heyman.
Hyman.
John Hyman.
John's broken.
John Hyman and Joel. I'm absolutely a fucking Yankee fan. Sherman.
But real quick, let's circle back before we get into that. How do you feel about the hire, which is going to start everything? So,
Are we speaking of Mr. Mendoza?
we're talking about Seth Lugo's dad, the 250th manager in New York Mets history, Carlos Mendoza. How do you feel about that? The guy went straight from the minors to the big leagues, like that.
I
like the move. It's a power
like
move.
it.
I like the move. You want to know why?
I don't know if I like it yet.
You want to know why I like the move?
Why do you like it?
Because it's so un-Met-like. I like the move. So Cohen got his guy in Stearns, right? He brought him the Wonder Kid. He brought him in, right? And if you saw him at the press conference, when they did 3/4 of the press conference in Spanish, David Stearns was sitting there. He's looking like a toddler who was listening to the Gettysburg Address. Had no idea what was going on. He's sitting there just like this.
Yo no hablo español.
None. But regardless, it was so un-Met-like because this guy comes in. He's from the minors. He has no resume. And they're bringing him in for the right purposes. And they even said when he came in for his interview, he actually interviewed the Mets. And I like that. I like it because they're not going after flashy names. They're not bringing back Beltran again. They're not going to give it to David Wright. I love the job. I've been a Met my whole life.
David Wrong.
Yeah, they're not going to give it to him. I mean, it is what it is. It's a good move. I like it.
I don't know yet. I'm on the fence about it. All right, so he's sort of paid his dues, but really,
Guy's getting a shot.
but really, the last 4 years, all he's done. I'm sorry, I'm laughing because
It's all right.
all he's done is
Raise Seth ego.
he's. I can't get it out.
Go back and look at his picture.
Oh my
and you're not going to be able to unsee it.
It's just all he's done is like sniff Aaron Boone's farts in the dugout for the last 4 years. What has he done? What has he done? It's like it's like Aaron Boone reaches for the phone to call fucking for the bullpen. He's like, "Hey Carlos, what you?" What has he done, Mike?
That's your take?
Yes, that's my take.
That's your take?
Yes.
So the fact that he's washed towels, he's cleaned the floor,
Well, yeah.
he's cracked sunflower seeds.
Oh yeah,
That's
you
all.
sold
That's
me.
all below him.
You
right?
fucking sold me now on Carlos Mendoza.
You'll see. You'll see. Listen, right here, right now.
Look, I'm happy.
Right here, right now.
I'm
at this-
happy.
Okay, go ahead. I'm listening.
My damn tears are coming out because I cracked myself up.
It's
What
all
an
right.
ass
Just
I
use your
am.
sleeve like a 4-year-old.
I'm
fine.
so stupid.
You're okay.
No, I'm happy that we got a Latino in there. How'd that work out with Luis Rojas, by the way?
Yeah. Well, if you look back on it, we're slowly going back to the Omar Minaya era.
Oh, yeah.
because everybody on the
I
Mets.
wish they had Omar Minaya sometimes.
I heard
Believe
that.
me.
I heard Pete Alonso is actually identifying as Latino,
Is he?
just to go with the flow. Yeah,
He's like Alonza now.
he is like
Aloncito.
Aloncito. That's him. That's him. Pedro
Oh
Alonso.
man.
Yep.
By the way, I think
they're gonna have chimichurri night.
I think they're
and
going to
Pete
trade
will.
Alonso.
Nope.
I think they're going to trade Alonso. I think they're going to trade him. I think they're going to trade McNeil too. That's just my
I
gut.
could see McNeil going, and I could see them bringing back Michael Conforto, just because. Think about it.
Did he have an opt out?
He's a free agent.
He did have an opt out.
Yeah, Conforto's a free agent. I could see the Mets. That's a Met move. Bringing back a fan favorite just so they're comfortable again.
Yeah, I don't.
So listen, so there's not so
That's a
many questions.
Wilpon move.
Well, yeah, I could see that, but Steve Cohen can do whatever he wants. Steve Cohen, I heard he bought the Wilpons yesterday.
Did he?
He bought them both.
So now they're Cohens.
They are. He bought both.
They're
of them.
Fred and Jeff
Yeah.
Cohen.
I mean, he just spent like what $740 billion to do the entire area around Citi Field. Did you see that?
Yeah.
That's legit. And he's
I don't even
hiring-
know how I feel about
Yeah.
that.
He's hiring the Wilpons. He's going to actually have 2 statues out front of the Wilpons in the rotunda.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Next to Jackie Robinson.
Yep.
Wow.
He bought Jackie Robinson too.
He did?
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeez.
So I'm gonna try to get him to buy the fucking Jets. See if he could do that. They can play at Citi Field.
That's a whole nother
Yeah.
podcast.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know what moves. It
mean,
sort of
what are
is
they
an
gonna-
exciting off season.
Yeah, but I mean, a Met move, a Met move
Mm-hmm.
would be to re-sign Quintana, even though he's only your number 2 pitcher right now. Instead of signing a 3, 4, and a 5, they'd re-sign Quintana and throw more money at him, and just say, I could see that happening, legit.
Well, here's my problem with
That would be a Met move.
with the Yamamoto thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna sit here and bullshit you guys and think like, hey, I know so much about him. I've never seen him pitch. Only from he pitched the fucking complete game, 138 pitches. Here's my problem.
He's Japanese.
Is he?
Yeah,
I didn't know
on his
that.
mother's side.
Here's my problem with the Japanese pitchers. Senga, great surprise, all that, but I'm sick of hearing we have to give him rest.
Well, I mean,
You're signing him for a lot of money.
yeah, but if you looked last year with Senga, I mean, he was literally 4 or 5 days rest and he was back in there. They had no choice. Scherzer was, before they got rid of him, the guy was, he wasn't healthy. And even when Scherzer came in, you're lucky if you got 6 innings out of Scherzer and you weren't down by 4 runs. Verlander would come in. The guy had a rubber arm. I loved They should have kept Verlander. I would have kept him 100%.
I also thought that they gave up a little bit. You have to make a decision at that time, but thought maybe they gave up. They should look at the Arizona. 84 games they won.
Well, look at the Phillies 2 years ago.
Oh, fuck the Phillies.
Look at the
too.
Phillies this year. All you have to do is get in.
I understand.
The best team. You could win 100. Look at the Braves, the Atlanta Braves. What, from 1991 to 2000 and 14, 15, right? They started the most boring dynasty in all of baseball history, all of sports history. What, one World Series to show for it, right? One or two?
One.
Yeah, one. Right? Hey, we won another division title. Hang the banner. Come out to the stadium for division title night.
Ryan Howard couldn't even run to first base without tearing his fucking.
Yeah, he did that once. That was
Right?
bad.
That was awful.
And I heard his Achilles was it this big.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Ryan, look at the guy. He's a monster. But regardless, all you have to do is get in. But I mean, that's one thing. We don't have to listen to Atlanta fans. That's a whole nother topic. But I mean, you want to sit here and talk about us when we're trying to get our shit squared away, and you have a team like Atlanta. That's great. Hang another banner for it. You guys won another. You won another regular season. Congratulations. You get a ring for that or a necklace? I think it's a necklace, right? The division is a necklace.
Yeah, you get a pearl necklace.
Yeah. Two of them. But I mean,
Yeah, and they're gonna sign a Japanese pitcher. His name's
No.
Bukaki.
that's just. I mean, look, I think I mean, on a serious note, like I mean, you need 3 starting pitchers. I mean,
Well,
you
technically, you need 5. But...
Well, the Mets need 3. I mean, you got Lucchesi in the rotation, right?
Oh, I thought you meant a regular rotation.
No. Give the kid a shot
Why?
right here, huh?
Why?
Why not?
Sure.
Bro, he
Sure.
he deserves it. Look at
Look,
the
you-
innings. I mean,
you-
the kid. He's not a horrible pitcher. He's really not. I mean, look. What are you going to tell? Who are you going to put in there? Go ahead. Give me your ideas.
Fucking Miguel.
Tyler McGill.
He sucks.
The guy had a nickname for about 15 minutes.
Yeah, the big drip.
Yeah, the big drop.
Exactly. Yeah,
And
exactly.
then he
what
got
is
hurt.
it. Exa-
His mom was more famous than he was on
yeah.
Twitter.
Yep.
No disrespect.
No disrespect at all to his mom, but you know what? I mean, I look. I watched the. You know the it's a bad season when the best thing you could talk about on the team is the broadcasting team. You know, like no matter what, we could always say Gary, Keith, and Ron are the best.
Listen, I love the broadcasting team, and I'm really sorry if like we're jumping all around. But
Yeah.
That's what we do.
That's what we do.
First thing I mean, you got to just get it out, but we'll get everything will mesh. You just watch it in reverse, and it'll be a lot better. But I love those guys, but even they get on my nerves because it's like they get bitchy. You ever notice that? Like, they have like little riffs like on the air. You ever notice that?
They kind of do. And did you see when they did the Kid Caster?
Yeah, I did. It was towards the end of the season.
It was like June. It was.
No, it was towards the end of the season. It was like more like August, I think.
Was it?
Yeah, I don't know. I gotta
Whatever.
look back.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
Who knows?
I gotta give those little kids credit. I mean,
You do?
like, hey, they were here with little Tommy DeFonso from Queens.
Tommy DeFonso.
How you doing, guy?
Tommy DeFonso.
He's like, I'm good.
who the fuck is he? Joe Pesci? Yeah, Shan. What do you mean?
But you gotta give these
What do you
kids
mean
credit.
that's a foul ball?
You gotta give these kids credit. You gotta give. I mean, they're nervous. They're on the air for the first time. Bro, the kid was
They
like
give him
12
half
years
an
old.
inning.
Did you hear the one kid though? He's like, hit up mid. He's out.
So I don't know. You almost.
And then you got everyone's giving like their their little
Yeah, they got to sit there and tell them how great
they
they
gotta
are.
critique them.
No, they're sitting there and they don't critique them. They tell them how great they are. And Keith Hernandez, you could tell he wants nothing to do with it.
Gary's sitting there and you could tell when he
Oh,
sits,
you're gonna take my job every
when
year.
he
It's the
sits, but when
same
he
shit.
sits, he's all like like. You ever notice that he kind of does like the Rock, and he's like, and then you got Keith.
Wow, this kid's great.
Then you got Keith. Oh boy, Ronnie, I'll tell you, right? Oh, yep, there it is.
There.
Yep, right in the keister. He got him good. And then you have Ron Darling, who just and Ronnie, I apologize, but he overanalyzes everything. He's like, yeah. He's like, well, see. He's like, okay, now you see when McGill comes back with the cutter, you see how his thumb is perpendicular to his pinky. And watch the rotation of his elbow, and he comes, and then Keith will interject and he'll be like, "Oh, Ronnie, yeah, right there, yeah, you're right." I remember in '78 when I was with St. Louis, our uniforms were putrid. And it's like I thought we were talking about a curveball.
I hit a double off Rick Reed, and
And the champagne was colder than ice.
Oh,
and then
man.
Ronald jumped back in. Yeah, I remember that. That was the way the cork came out with the trajectory. It was a 90-degree angle, and it came when you come down with it, your elbow, you want it here and here, and I love those guys though. And then Gary gets up and he's when the Mets win, you see him doing a little fist pump. He's a fan.
Unbelievable! Unbelievable.
He's a fan.
Forehead and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? I mean, you know.
I mean, they're not Harry Carey.
At least we got them.
Yeah.
But back to the Yamamoto shit. I'm tired of these Japanese pitchers coming over here, and baseball has to adapt to them. You know, so why don't the Mets just sign 14 Japanese pitchers and have a 14-man rotation, because they always need rest. Well, he needs extra rest. You know what? All right, I'm a lot older than you. So I saw Steve Carlton and Bob Gibson and
They were Japanese?
Maybe they were. Now that I think about it,
I mean, I'm just
maybe they were Japanese.
Bob Carlton. Yeah. So go ahead. I want to see where you're going with this.
Why does baseball have to adapt to them? Why can't they come over here? And I mean, if I'm going to give Yamamoto $200 million, that's what they're saying. I'm going to be like, yo, my man, you're throwing every 5 days. I don't want to hear you need rest.
Well, he's going to be a Met. Yamamoto's going to be a Met because Ohtani's going to go to the Giants. I'm telling you right now. He's going to go.
Ohtani.
He's going to go to San Francisco on Friday. On Saturday, you're going to hear that he got signed by the Cubs.
Craig Counsell.
Because that's the luck that the Giants have. Remember that?
Yeah. Well, Correa.
Well, Correa was a Giant, and then he was a Met.
Then he was a Met, and then he was.
And then he went back to home.
Yeah. Because that's where I always.
Yeah.
That's where I always wanted to be. I always wanted to be a twin.
Yeah.
Well, then your mother should have had another kid.
Yeah. And then Aaron Judge was actually a Giant.
Oh yeah, because they offered him the most money,
and everybody went, and they had Aaron Judge, and then
Aaron Judge,
and then he was
wow,
a Yankee.
what a lineup they got!
Yeah, legit.
They got Aaron Judge, Correa. They got Conforto as a.
It's almost like some kid's PlayStation account got
hacked.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, guess what? They suck too.
Yeah, I don't. So listen, I don't necessarily believe or think that baseball has to adapt to them. I think baseball accommodates them,
right,
for a reason, because they're coming in here. And I mean, they're coming to it's different for them. They're very customary people. So for him to come to New York, I mean, on the biggest stage, known to man. I mean, it's difficult. It's difficult for anybody to come in here and pitch. But I mean, you look at all these other Japanese stars that came in here, even dating back when the whole surge came in, like the 2000s and whatnot. And you had all these guys. I mean, so who went to large market teams? Ohtani didn't go to a large market team, and I heard Hideo, he was with L.A. Right, but L.A.'s not New York.
It's still a large market.
Okay, but back then, I mean, was L.A. super huge contender? Were they in contention? I mean, was all the spotlight on L.A.? Not until recently, to the past 10 years, when they started making noise and they started getting guys like Eric Turner and
Daisuke.
Seager and stop.
Yoshii.
Okay. Shiyoshi Shinjo.
Shinjo.
Yeah, you had a Shinjo jersey.
Shinjo.
Yeah.
Wasn't he number 5?
Yeah, sponsored by Sony.
Wasn't he number 5 before David Wright?
He was.
Yeah, Shiyoshi. I saw him hit a home run. I went to a game where he hit a home run.
Kaz Matsui.
Yeah. Move over, Jose Reyes. I'm better than you.
But my point is you have these guys, and I mean, they accommodate them so they're comfortable. They don't go ahead. They don't change the lineups. They don't, no, we don't want to do that. I mean, if you're going to the Mets, I mean, whatever you need. Yeah, whatever you need. Sure. No problem. As long as you perform. That's all we need. Senga did it. I mean, earlier in the season, I thought the guy would have been up for, NL Rookie of the Year.
No,
I know that, but I'm saying
Corbin Carroll.
Yeah, but I mean
another guy.
But the kid was pitching. Listen, more people would go to Citi Field to watch Senga pitch when it was Senga night.
I saw him pitch the one game. I only went to one game this year, being that I was living in Puerto Rico. So I did go to one game, and it was a game, the game against Tampa, when he struck out 12 guys and Alvarez hit the home run.
The guy's legit. He's legit. He's going to come back.
Well, I want my best pitchers pitching every 5th day. I don't want to punt games where I have to watch McGill or Peterson.
I want our only question mark to be with the number 4 and 5 starters. That's it. Our first 3 starters should be like, it's going to be a great game. I want to go watch them pitch. That's it. Shouldn't be any more. You all right? there
It's a
shouldn't
bug.
there shouldn't be any more, like worry. I mean, not like last year. I mean, when Senga pitched, I mean, people came to watch Scherzer. It's Scherz Day. Yeah, he's gonna get his ass kicked again.
Yeah.
I was at the Yankee game when he pitched against the Yankees. He gave up 6 runs in 1 inning. I mean, it was a
I saw
fucking
him
joke.
pitch against the Yankees last year at Yankee Stadium.
Uh-huh.
Judge hit a home run, and so did what's his name, Kevin Heffernan, fucking Vogelback.
Don't get me started.
Does he look like fucking Heffernan? Kevin Heffernan? Hey, Heffernan! Fucking
What, Kings of
King
Queens?
of Queens.
I would disrespect. I would
disrespect Kevin Heffernan.
Yeah, I
like
would
that.
disrespect him like that.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
no way. That
Yeah,
so
Vogelback.
here's the thing. I think he has pictures of Steve Cohen, like naked pictures with him in a
He
goat.
must have had him. Maybe he had pictures of Billy Epler.
Yeah, because for that guy to stay in the lineup as much as he was and to be relied upon,
Yeah, well,
Ugh, bro, brutal.
Epler was given
So
was giving
brutal.
Buck the lineup. But there's a lot of pitching out there. I don't want anything to do with Blake Snell. I don't need fucking.
he's gonna win the Cy Young.
I don't give a shit what he wins. He
You don't want
pitches
a Cy-
5 innings. No, I don't want a
don't
fake
want a
ass
Cy-
Cy Young winner. No.
So what you're telling me is you don't want a Cy Young Award winner on your team who's going to command a
2-time Cy Young Award
a
winner.
10-year deal. You don't want Blake Snell on your team for 10 years.
I don't want him in my team for fucking 10 seconds. No, I
I
don't.
was big word alert. I was being facetious.
Oh, were you? You looked very serious when you said that.
You don't want Blake Snell on your team for 10 years
Oh my God.
because you know that's what he's going to command.
He's like
Aaron Nola, he's going to come in a lot of money.
Aaron Nola.
A lot of
Can
years.
you depend? Can
He's
you
30, 20, 29.
Can you
29.
depend on Aaron Nola in a big game?
Yeah.
Somebody said he had a great postseason. Did you see him in that last game he pitched? Because he had a chance to lock these guys out. And
Yeah, that was the last. I mean,
couldn't even
whatever,
last
bro.
4 innings. And you know,
What did Billy Bean say? All right, the entire season doesn't matter until you get the final out.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Brad Pitt said it, but he was playing Billy Bean.
that's right. That's right.
So
Brad Pitt and who was the other? Jonah Hill.
yeah, Jonah Hill. Yeah,
Jonah Hill. Yep.
yeah. It's a good analyst. Just saying.
But I heard this is the state of pitching now. I heard Gary Cohen during a David Peterson start where he lasted 4 2/3 and gave up 3 runs. And Gary Cohen said, "It's a great outing by Peterson." That's how low the bar is now. That 4 2/3, giving up 3 runs is good.
Well, for Peterson, yeah, absolutely.
Then I don't want him on my team.
Yeah.
I don't
But
want to see
that
him.
was last year, though. He's grown.
Well, he got hip surgery now.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
That's
So
that's what the problem was.
that's
He
what it-
needed-
definitely
he needed
what it
hip
was.
surgery.
Everybody that has a horrible year has this mysterious
Yeah,
injury.
Yeah.
You know,
Nobody
nobody
knows that,
knows.
Pitched hurt.
Aaron Judge's woes continue, but he just needed a haircut. Who would have known?
Like,
He needed a pedicure, and that's why his foot. That's why his foot broke that fence in L.A.
Word is he's having nightmares, and they keep him up all night.
There are those who may say.
Aaron Judge's night terrors.
come on.
Aaron Judge, big lurch. He's a good player.
But in all seriousness, I mean, I think that. I mean, this year, I think they're going to do. I think they're going to make some good moves. The Mets. I mean, how could you not? I mean, with Cohen and I mean now Cohen went out. He got Stearns. He got his guy. That's his guy. That was his prize, and he landed him. He got him.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, the guy, but he needs to approach this team like he did his other teams. You can't approach this team like it's the Mets because if you do that, you're going to keep the stigma and you're going to fail. And we're going to be sitting here, you know, this time next year, and we're going to be miserable.
Oh, we'll be sitting here and
We're going to be miserable
in
anyway.
May.
That's how
in
Mets
May,
fans
we'll
are.
be shitting on them for
Yeah.
something.
I mean,
So
Met fans.
That's what Met fans do.
Met fans are,
but-
you know, I mean, we can be compared to the Marines if you win the proud.
Yeah.
That's the fans. But we're
Yeah.
loyal. You know, we're loyal.
I'm just.
We're donating our time sitting here talking about this team, even though they just, you know,
I mean,
when I die, I'm suing the New York Mets and the New York Jets for wrongful.
Joe Rogan.
For wrong.
You're suing.
I'm going to sue for wrongful death. Where's my peptides? So
Somebody put a fucking slab of meat on for me.
I'll tell you that. Billy, raw steak. Stat. So, I mean, you know, don't let Dana find out. But, You know, I mean, that's. I don't know, man. I'm so tired. I mean, something needs to give. I'm just make some power moves, like with good moves though. Don't sign a 55-year-old pitcher who's coming off his best season since 1825.
I'm telling you, Mikey.
You know,
they're gonna try to trade for Bieber and end up with Chris Sale. Telling you.
isn't that how
And
it always goes?
and then today I was reading something about Lucas Giolito
Yeah.
and 2 years, 22 million, which I thought was hilarious. Like Lucas Giolito is really a bum. I mean,
He's a bum in sheep's clothing. I get it. The
Yeah,
guy's showing
he's-
flashes, but that's not what you need.
he had like one.
Way too much money. 1 year deal, 17 million. Show me what you got.
I wouldn't even pay him 17. I'd give him.
Well,
like,
you wouldn't because you don't have it.
I
but
don't have it. I
Steve
wouldn't
Cohen
give him
will pay him.
17 cents. You had to pay for these damn drinks
give him-
because I didn't have any fucking money. But
1 year deal.
yeah,
When you-
maybe
give him a
one.
one-year
He
deal.
could be the 5.
Lucas Giolito is not going to go out there and command a 5-year deal. It's not going to happen.
I could see somebody like Baltimore signing him though.
Nah.
Those guys pitching sucks. And they won 101 games. Imagine.
Baltimore hung in. They
Yeah.
really did. I mean, it just goes to show you it's not always the best team that wins. It's the hottest. I mean, they stayed consistent. They ran roughshod all over the entire AL East. So it's like you win your
And
division.
the AL East was good.
Listen,
I mean,
you win your division games. You know, you could afford to get swept 10 times by teams outside of your division. It's just it's how it goes. It's the nature of the beast. You got to win the winnable games. You know, like the Mets should have had winning games against the Marlins. They should have had winning games against the Phillies. It didn't work that way. So then if you go to Atlanta, you can afford to get swept 3 times during the year and then finally win a series.
right, and you can't do that when you're getting swept by Kansas City.
Yeah.
You know,
Ridiculous. Can't do that when you're getting
that was
Yeah.
pretty much their season right there. Once they got swept by Kansas City,
Yeah.
it was all done. But let's see. I mean, you know, we can sit here and speculate, and we'll probably be wrong. But
So give me your rotation. Give me your starting rotation
that I would want to see,
that you think is going to happen.
that I think is going to happen.
Give me your logical starting rotation.
Okay. Well, you got the two givens, which is Senga and Quintana.
Quintana, yeah.
And I guess they're going to sign Yamamoto. I'm going to go with, they are going to sign him.
I think so too.
It might be a little bit too much money, but all right, whatever. And then you got, I'm telling you, my heart, they're going to end up with Chris Sale somehow. And it might
Chris
be McGill
Sale.
at the end. I can't. I really want Bieber. I want Bieber, and not Justin.
I was gonna say, I think Justin Bieber would be. I mean, he'd put asses in seats.
Actually, Haley
like, it's
Bieber.
ju- it's-
Haley
it's-
Bieber
it's
would
just-
probably put asses in the
It's
seats.
Justin Bieber tattoo sleeve night. It comes in youth sizes.
Justin,
You know. You're like-
Justin Bieber, Ellen DeGeneres night.
and then you'd have Keith. Gare. Would you look at the tattoo? Yeah, well, Keith. I mean, if your tattoo comes at this, you want to be at a 45 when you do the shading. Okay.
Oh man, I'd take Bieber.
Bullpen. And I'm going to tell you a name, and you're going to be like, you know what? I can see that happening.
All right, finally we get Edwin Diaz back. As long as he doesn't celebrate along the way, like don't play winter ball, Edwin. You know.
We get Edwin Diaz and his reconstructed leg.
'Cause when I go back to PR and
What was it, a patella tendon? Is that what it was? What was it?
it was his knee. Don't get technical on me, Mikey.
Yeah, I think the
I'm
patella
not
runs.
a doctor. I only play one on
Patella
TV.
runs from the knee to the toes.
Does it?
No,
Okay.
I have no idea. All I
right.
know is that it was a celebratory tendon
Yes, it was.
that he tore it. Yeah,
Right.
torn.
I will be going to a few Winter League games in Puerto Rico when I go back.
Oh,
I
okay.
hope I don't see Edwin Diaz. Hey, let me throw 3 innings. No, like don't, Eddie.
Pain free.
Pain free. Look, I
Look,
can keep.
dime.
I can
See?
keep. Mira, yo puedo pata, pata, pata. No, I don't need it. Are they gonna get what was the kid that fucked up his arm right at the end, just when he was looking good, and DeMonte, the Bryce,
Brees Hall.
no, he plays football, Mike.
Now he does.
No, what the Also Diamante. What the fuck was his? I can't fucking think of his name right now. Holy shit. Oka Diamante. Oka de Monta.
Yeah, one of those.
What?
It's Danny Almonte.
Danny Almonte, who's
Danny
45
Almonte.
years old now.
Yeah, now well, that's what his birth certificate
That's his
says.
birth certificate says.
Yeah,
he's really 51.
He's 11.
He's
I'm gonna throw a crazy name out there, and I'm gonna tell you, I think he's gonna sign with the Mets out of nowhere.
Aroldis Chapman.
Yep. Yep. I think he's gonna bolster the bullpen. He's gonna be a setup man, and he's gonna be perfect for it.
You think so?
Yeah, the guy can still throw 117 miles an hour, even though he's 86. And I mean, you already have your middle. I mean, you got to shore up your middle relief, but I could see Chapman in the bullpen. I could see Diaz coming back, being a little rusty in the beginning, and then catching fire like he always. I mean, I don't think he's going to duplicate this season he had 2 years ago.
He'll come close.
But you know what you have.
He's one of the best.
Listen,
That's
you know what you have in Edwin Diaz.
absolutely.
I mean, I could see them bringing back Robertson. 100%.
I would be okay with that, except that he'll be 39 and
Seth Lugo's a starter now, right?
allegedly.
Allegedly.
Would you bring him back?
I would.
I would too.
And there you go. That's a hell of a bullpen.
No, but I wouldn't bring him. I would bring him back as a starter. I wouldn't bring him back.
You bring Lugo in as a starter.
Huh?
I'd rather have.
He's not going to take reliever money.
Yeah, no, he's not.
That's done. I'd
But at
bring
this
him back
stage,
as a starter.
this stage of his career, why not?
Well, he's not like he's 47,
No, he's not 47, but
and
he's not 27.
he's a Puerto Rican.
That's right. Like the rest of the Mets.
He's a Puerto Rican.
That's right.
We can never have enough
That's right.
Ricans.
No, you cannot.
We need more Boricuas on the Mets, man.
I
We
think
got
July
we
2nd.
got the best. We got Lindor.
That's right. I think July 2nd it's going to be Mofongo night. And
Is it?
Yeah.
That's cool,
And
man.
there's going to be signs all over the stadium.
Dame uno de camarones.
Yeah.
Que
Yeah. So there's going to be signs all over the stadium that say no Mofongo.
no more, no more instead of no fungo.
Yeah.
Yeah, no more fungo.
Glad you caught that.
Or mo mofongo.
Momo-
Momofongo.
Momofongo.
Momofongo. Yeah, man. By the way, Lindor got he got jabbed, as they say, out of the Gold Glove. Come on, man.
You really, you know what though? The beginning. Remember when the Mets were having a case of the yips?
It wasn't him.
But it was the whole team.
It was.
Bro, he had some bad errors,
It was
Anthony.
September where he did not play.
He had some-
great on the field.
Right, but that's when it counts.
He's better than Swanson.
Yeah, but
he's a
listen.
better fielder than and who's
The Great
who's,
Gatsby. That's what he reminds me of. Dansby. Who names a kid Dansby?
Dansby, come over
That's
here,
like your name. That's not even like you're named after
Yeah,
your
yeah.
grandfather. No, the family dog.
Dansby Swanson.
Dansby. Yeah, sounds like And the guy
Yeah.
makes pot pies.
He
That's
sucks
great.
too. Sucked as a Brave and he sucks as a Cub. And then who's the other guy that was up for it? Ezekiel. I don't even know who Ezekiel Tovar is.
It's Ezekiel Elliott's brother.
Or Cesar Tovar's great grandson.
Cesar Tovar. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds like, what does he run a cartel?
You don't know who Cesar Tovar is?
Do not cross Cesar Tovar. You will pay. You now work for me.
Pachito. You see Narcos? Pachito.
That's great.
Somos amigos, Pachito, pero no te
I don't know.
mato.
I think I'm more confident though in Cohen this year. He's not going to go out and buy like a fan. The guy he's going to be smarter.
Yeah, hopefully he'll put air conditioners in.
I could see one bad move. Like, why would he do that? And he's going to say, you know what? Because I can.
That move might be Mendoza for all we know.
It was Mendoza. Yeah. So, but I don't know. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it. I'm not saying that they're going to do well, but if you have nothing to go on, you really can't be disappointed. And I mean, for so many years, we're like, this is the year. This is the year. Yeah,
It's never the year.
No.
Jeez. I mean, I feel bad for people like my son, Poor Dylan. He's never seen a championship in any of his teams,
He will.
But
He will.
I hope so. I ain't got much more time left, What I got, 20, 25 years left?
Plenty of time.
You think?
Let's watch them contend next year.
Right.
I could see a complete total shift of balance in the NL East next year. I could see Atlanta coming, we're going to do it again. I mean, very well, they can compete. I don't mind, but
I think they're going to lose Max Fried, by the way.
I could see the
Is
Mets.
he a free agent, Max Fried? I don't think he is.
He got a year left.
Yeah, they may
Pretty sure he's
trade
got a year
him.
left, yeah.
I wouldn't mind him on the Mets.
Strider. But after that, it falls off.
Strider.
But you know what?
I'm not impressed with that dude, man.
They have more offense than a lot of
Fucking
clubs.
porn
I mean,
stash and shit.
you know, and that's another thing.
What?
You know, we got Acuna's little brother. Who knows how he's gonna? That kid. They're saying that he's better than his big brother. That's a plus. You forgot all about him.
Of course, they're gonna say that.
Yeah.
Drew Gilbert, Jet Williams.
No. Not. This is different though. They're saying.
When are they
going
gonna come up? When they're 25?
I don't know.
The Mets never bring up anybody when they're not ready when they're 20 or 21.
Well, it's not.
Soto came up when he was what, 12-teen? Maybe.
Soto?
Yeah, he was
7.
12-teen or something.
7. Yeah,
I don't.
7.
You know, the Mets wait and they wait and just bring whatever.
Yeah. Juan Soto had to change his diaper.
Mauricio, we don't want to bring him up. There's certain check marks that he has to reach.
Are you trying to tell me that you were disappointed with last thing's millage? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
That poor guy got shit on for giving 5
to everybody in City.
Yeah,
everybody at Shea Stadium.
Right.
Yeah. The guy was
why?
Because he was excited.
What was wrong with that?
Who shit on him? Let the kid have his
moment.
Now
these guys look at, and I'm not shitting on Alvarez. I think Alvarez is the deal, but I'm gonna assume that Lindor was the one that spoke to him about making every home run monumental. You know, with the bat flip and the flexing and.
You're not a fan of that? But it's sport. It's entertainment. I'm
I
all for
think
it.
there's a time.
Bat flip every fucking game for all I care. Just do it. Who cares?
Man, if I was a pitcher, I'd peg you right in the fucking
That's fine.
head.
You know what?
Right
Good,
in the
good.
fucking
You know what?
coconut.
You know what? Good. You know what? You do that. It makes it much more interesting. There was a bat flip and a murder.
If you didn't bat flip, I'd fucking hit you.
Yeah. So what? I mean, but it's entertainment though. Nobody wants to go and see everything by the book.
Look,
show them how excited you are. Like, show the fans that you're hyped up for them. Like you're there for them. You know, be excited. How could you not play baseball at 21, hit a home run, and not flex and not be excited? That's ridiculous.
All right, so what do you think is as far as position players? What do you think they're gonna do with? They have to do something.
Outfield.
Whatever.
What's
fuck Marte, by the way.
I was just gonna say, what's his status? Is he still having headaches?
His status is he should fucking get off our team.
Yeah.
What's today? Wednesday?
All day. Yeah.
Well, that means Marte was yesterday, so get out of here.
Yeah, I see what you did there. That was good. That was creative. The infield is pretty much set. I mean, you have a lot of. I mean, depth is what's important. I mean, outfielders. I don't really know where you could spend the money. I mean, where would you want to spend your money as far as the outfield? Who's a premier? Or just a guy like who can play every day, who you don't need to hit, 50 to 60 home runs. I mean, if you look at the lineup the way it's built, okay, you don't have to protect Pete as much as you think you do. Everybody in that lineup is capable.
Bellinger?
How long? How old's Bellinger now?
I think he's 107.
He is 107,
yeah,
right? So you figure he's got at least 15 more years to go.
Nah, he's probably 28 maybe.
I'm not sold on Cody Bellinger. I'm really not. I'm not. I mean, the guy, he's steady, but to start over again on a new team, new system.
You're not going to give him $200 million.
Doesn't matter what you're going to give him. It's what he wants, and that's how the markets are set now. You know that. I mean, the markets are set based on what the agents want.
By the way, Dom
Players don't give a
Smith
shit.
got released by Washington Nationals today.
That's fine.
Sad note. I'm just feel bad for Dom.
You feel bad for Dom?
Kind of, yes.
I was probably crushed more that Dom Smith, is it Dom or Dominic? Because he switches. I'd probably be crushed more when I heard that Chandler Bing died in a hot tub. And when Dom Smith got released by the Nationals.
Chandler Bing.
Yeah, those are both epic. Like, what the are you kidding?
See, I think that Mauricio or Beatty.
I'm not sold on. I don't like Brett Beatty. I don't like him.
He has a slow bat. I've never seen somebody foul off, never foul back, foul off.
Yeah, he hits wiffle balls out of the infield.
Good pitches that are so hittable.
He's got. I mean, he has no power. I mean, he's really not a power hitter. He's all mechanic.
And
I mean,
yet,
you can tell that.
Out of the 11 career home runs, I saw one of them.
So did I against the Yankees.
I saw one of them.
Yeah.
One of them's got to go. One of them's got to go. You can't have both of these guys on the team.
One of them's got to go.
Yes.
I mean, you sound like the Godfather. One of them's got to go.
Mikey.
You know,
Mikey.
where's Beatty?
Who's
Yeah, you gotta go.
You
You gotta go.
Sonny, take care of Beatty.
You know what? Let's see what happens. I mean, they're making little moves, nothing splashy, so I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that for now. Let's just see how it goes. I mean, once it kicks in out, is there winter meetings this year?
Yes.
Okay.
December 8th or something.
So I mean, the winter meetings is always where things kick off. So let's just see how it goes. And I mean, I think pitching is paramount for the Mets this year. But I mean, I'm confident now with Stearns. I mean, Cohen's not going to want to look stupid again, like he did last year with a $4.2 trillion deficit, and we came away with nothing. So I think now
Are they still paying Robinson Cano? Because they might be. No, I think he's done this year. Robinson Cano. I think he's off the books.
Cano's finished.
Right?
Yeah, he's off the books.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, the Mets paid for him to play on 2 different teams last year.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
And he sucked on both of them.
Yeah.
So. And he sucked with the Mets. So that's 3 teams he sucked on, right? With Padres and Atlanta.
Yeah, he's horseshit.
Yeah.
Everybody thought the Atlanta game was going to be the comeback game. Watch Cano with his, he's going to come back.
Of course,
he's
he's going to come back and hit 2 home runs against the Mets.
Yeah, he's going to beat the Mets. He didn't even hit the
No,
ball
he
twice.
didn't.
Yeah.
Probably made a fucking error too.
Robinson Cano.
But yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. I mean, all we can do is sit by and watch. We can't do shit.
Sit on a fucking couch and watch the game. I'm not going. I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to for the first 2 months. Maybe if you want to do opening day, if you're here, I'll go. But I'm not going. I'm done.
Dylan likes to go to.
Yeah, I know he does.
He likes
so
to go
I'll
to
probably end up
opening day.
going, but we'll see how it goes. So, but I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see what the deal is. But needless to say, I think we've hit the 2-minute warning, and you know what that means.
Yeah, you know what that means.
Who,
I know you guys don't know what it means because
so
we ain't never done this before.
Who's our victim today?
So our victim today.
Who is our victim?
I
Give me
picked-
somebody good. Give me somebody good. I need material.
I'm gonna go with Deshaun Watson.
My man, Deshaun. Hey, Deshaun, hold this, Watson.
Watson.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
So here's how this works.
I'm a fan. Explain it.
We have to come up with 5 things separately, you 5 and me 5, about Deshaun Watson. Just
Okay.
things. Now, none of these are true, allegedly. We're just
poking some fun. Come on.
We're just having shits and giggles, I guess. We're
Somebody
creating
at
shit.
someone else's expense.
Yes, and since Deshaun Watson to me is as a person, he kind of deserves it a little bit.
I mean, after allegedly what he's done,
allegedly,
at the old rub and tug. I mean, come on, bro.
yeah, but all right,
And then he gets $290 trillion thrown at him, guaranteed.
yeah.
And where is he now?
Now he's getting massaged
On a
by
massage
guys.
table.
Now he's getting massaged by guys in the trainer's room. But so you want to start?
So listen,
You
I
start.
got a source. all
Okay.
right? And my source stated that I don't know if this is confirmed. I can confirm nor deny, but Deshaun Watson sleeps with a nightlight.
Big tough Deshaun Watson sleeps with a nightlight.
That's what I heard. It's the word on the street.
All right. My first one is Deshaun Watson thinks a drag queen is royalty that races cars.
Deshaun Watson never opts for free shipping.
Fuck it if it gets there 2 weeks later. Okay. Deshaun Watson thinks a pedophile is a place where you store information.
I don't know if I could top that one.
Wait till you see the other ones.
Deshaun Watson freezes leftover cereal. Listen, you got 35 seconds left for the last one. That's a 2-minute warning.
No, man. Are you kidding me? I got 3 more. Deshaun Watson thinks Cleveland rocks should be smoked. Come on, man.
I think I can muster maybe one more.
All right, I'll carry you. I'll carry you the rest of the way. Go ahead.
Oh man, I'm out. I'm tapped. I had those 3 and that was it.
These last 2, I gotta take a drink.
All right, go ahead.
Because this should be like an IV, right, Mike? Like fucking.
Yeah. I don't know what's in there, but it should be illegal.
Can't wait to see you at your hockey game tonight when you see fucking 7 pucks.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to see myself. Go ahead.
Goals against 7. Okay. This is alleged, but Deshaun Watson likes Disney movies because of the happy endings.
On that note.
No, I got one more. I got one more.
Oh, you have another one?
I got one more.
Oh,
I got to tell you how to carry you at the end here.
It's like Christmas in November.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Go ahead.
Deshaun Watson thinks 23andMe is a Hallmark love story about him and 23 massage therapists.
Solid. That was solid. That was solid. I like it.
All
All right.
right.
Well, first run. I mean,
If we
whatever.
were a little wordy, we apologize.
Yeah.
It'll get better.
Apologize for that. Appreciate you.
Why is
Thank
this
you.
fucking bug? Like, but
That's been buzzing the tower all night.
I know.
It's all right though.
I
Need
know.
chopsticks. And yeah, I think that's it.
I think that's it.
I'm good if you're good.
I'm good.
All right.
Thank you for joining us.
2 guys, 1 couch. It's a wrap.
Yep.